this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
He's still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan shared his thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's latest training clips at age 46, calling them unreal. He mentioned it's wild how Pacquiao, though nearly 50, still punches with force and moves like someone much younger. His quickness, strength, and sharpness are still there, and he continues to look outstanding.
Not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
New training clips of Pacquiao have sparked more chatter. A short video shows him working the pads with sharp attention and surprising speed. His punches come in quick bursts, and his steps show flashes of that tricky footwork that once gave top boxers big problems. Even at 46, there's fire in his moves, reminding everyone of his explosive ring style.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like Pat, even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
like, don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Good luck.
Joe Rogan says Manny Pacquiao is in a league of his own. He doesn't depend on smack talk or showmanship. He lets his skills do the talking in the ring. Even at 46, his focus, speed, and strength make a statement. Pacquiao stays calm, respectful, and dangerous, proving he's still a serious threat. Joe Rogan has long shown strong respect for Pacquiao's amazing boxing career, pointing out his rare achievement of winning titles in 8 weight classes. Rogan stressed how uncommon and awesome that really is. He's amazed not just by the number of belts, but also by Pacquiao's speed and movement, especially for someone his size. Rogan once said Pacquiao's legs are like tanks, praising their strength and stamina. That mix of speed and might made Pacquiao a rare force who could dominate across weight divisions.
Greatest boxer maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao, man.
Oh yeah,
Destroyer.
Manny Pacquiao. He
fucking just
won world titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it, like that Cotto, I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love the school, and the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to him. It was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the
it's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight would have took place many years before than when it did. You know?
Well, it also took place and Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight and just wanted that money and just let's see what happens.
Rogan has also imagined how intense a Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight could have been if they had clashed earlier in their best years. He thinks it would have blown up the internet and social media, shattering records and drawing fans everywhere. His thoughts show not just praise for Pacquiao's talent, but also respect for how huge his legacy is. Rogan says Pacquiao is more than a boxing star, he's a global icon whose impact reaches far beyond the ring.
Some great fights never take place, or they take place too late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh Season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that.
And he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight.
Yeah.
He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Fight expert Ryan Campbell offers a thoughtful look at Pacquiao's comeback at 46. Campbell highlights the clear challenges of battling a younger and stronger champ like Mario Barrios and compares it to George Foreman's famous return. He suggests age doesn't always decide a fight. History proves that older fighters can sometimes bring one last burst of greatness in a single memorable night.
Only 8-division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC is going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those two dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years, at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion, Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around. Yep. People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
Campbell also evaluated Pacquiao's physical tools in his current form.
Campbell also looked at Pacquiao's physical abilities today. Even though he's clearly past his peak, he still has speed that matches many average fighters. Campbell says while Pacquiao's pop has faded, his fast hands and quick feet still give him the edge over lower-level welterweights. The boxing world is split on what to expect in his next match. Some believe his brain and instincts are sharp enough for a solid showing. Others remember his last fight 5 years ago, which lacked his old fire. This mix of hope and doubt shows the uneasy feeling about his return as fans weigh his legacy against his current form.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
People are guessing that the fight with Mario Barrios might be the beginning of a big return. Some say winning this match could lead to a huge bout against Gervonta Tank Davis. Many believe Barrios was picked carefully since he's a beatable foe, helping Pacquiao build momentum and excitement for a bigger payday. This kind of planning is common in comebacks. Early fights help test a legend's readiness and sell their next move.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year, so he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and could build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. That's who they know.
One of the most emotional parts of Pacquiao's comeback is his chase for the WBC welterweight belt, the same group that gave him his first world title. This full circle moment adds deeper meaning to the story. It's more than a simple fight. It's a mission to win back the belt that helped start his rise to worldwide stardom.
Claim a belt that helped launch his global fame.
Boxing Doctor News told Onto Your Gloves boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Even with age and time off, many fans and experts think Pacquiao still has what it takes to beat Barrios. His long list of wins over top fighters supports the idea that he's still a dangerous opponent. Winning this fight would boost his legacy and hush critics who think he's too old to hang with top contenders now.
On Manny Pacquiao to do something, any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao be the guy, and that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably. All right, Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. All right. I do, and like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. He's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man who was living a clean life and stuff like that.
Mario Barrios and his team are treating this fight seriously and with strong belief. Barrios' trainer has said publicly that they're training like they're up against a prime Pacquiao, showing deep respect for the boxing legend. Barrios is known as a warrior who enjoys big tests and never backs down, making this match a serious challenge for both sides. This attitude shows Barrios is locked in and ready for whatever Pacquiao brings to the table.
They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis. That'll be up to them. But I do know one thing about Mario Barrios.
Pacquiao's advisor Sean Gibbons explained that picking Barrios was both planned and meaningful. Barrios holds the WBC title, linking the fight straight to Pacquiao's rich history with that group. Gibbons said winning the WBC belt again would be a perfect ending to Pacquiao's career story. It's more than just a fight, it's a closing scene to one of boxing's greatest journeys.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny.
Manny Pacquiao's career stats are unmatched in many ways. He won 12 major titles and held top-line championships in 4 divisions, ranging from flyweight to super lightweight. Amazingly, he's the only boxer to win world titles in 4 different decades a rare kind of long-lasting success. His 25 pay-per-view fights brought in over $1.2 billion, showing his strong staying power and ability to draw crowds.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished second and third respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
The office of the Vice President confirms Sara Duterte is abroad on a personal trip.
In 2021, Pacquiao said he was stepping away from boxing to focus on politics in the Philippines. He ran for president in 2022, but didn't win. Even after losing, he stayed active in public service as a senator and worked on many charity efforts. Leaving the ring ended an era, but didn't take away from his role in society. His surprise comeback announcement shook the sports world, as many didn't expect it, especially after years without fighting.
2015, I remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, he started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said, I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather, Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great. He fought everybody. Whenever.
WBC head Mauricio Suleiman confirmed all green lights were given for Pacquiao to go after the welterweight belt again. Still, not everyone is thrilled about his return. Some say fighting at 46 is risky and question if it's really about legacy or just about making money. Many compare it to Mayweather's recent exhibitions, saying this comeback feels more like a show than a real contest. This split opinion shows the bigger debate around older legends returning and whether it's about pride or profit.
The WBC president Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. a legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
That wraps up today's video. Stick around for more next time.